And it's going to come back to the website. Everything's going to be linked up. Okay. And now it's as simple as just hit deploy, right? We're running Squeeze Momentum version 6. We're running it on Alpaca. And then I have this particular account selected. We could actually even check the account as W1QYA. We could double check that if you want. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. There's my account number PA3 W1QYA. Exactly. Perfect. We're good to go. $10,000 in the portfolio, 20,000 buying power. Perfect. Let's hit deploy now. Perfect. That's it. Simple, good to go. We'll watch this thing deploy. And watch it go through all the different stages here. Usually deployment takes something like 5 minutes or so. By the time that we spin this thing up for you, by the time that it gets started, by the time that it connects to your account and starts thinking about trades, it usually takes something like 5 minutes. All right, so here we'll see deploying. And then we'll see it go into the next phase after this as well.
So since the bot is for TQQQ, it would automatically run that on Alpaca, or do you have to go into Alpaca and make sure it runs the TQQ?
No, it'll do whatever the strategy is, right? So
Okay.
whatever you set it as BotSpot, that's what's going to be running in your broker.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything else in your broker. You just have to link it and that's it. All right, so we'll wait for this thing to deploy. This looks a little different than before. I think some of our team maybe made some fixes here, or the AI might have improved this a little bit because this actually looks better than it used to. It's taking a little while. Any questions, guys, while we watch this thing deploy?
What would be the process if on TradingView it did not share the Pine script?
Then that's a lot harder. That becomes
Okay.
a lot more difficult. Because you don't really know what the heck it's doing, right? So, some things that you can do to try it out is you could take screenshots. You could tell it to like research it. You could say, search for this. Does someone maybe someone on Reddit's been talking about it that might know a little bit. But in general, it is pretty difficult. And they do that on purpose, right? Because it's proprietary information. So it is a pretty difficult thing to do if you don't have the code. But I mean, you can try to infer it, right? You could say, okay, well, what's the name of this thing? What's the description? What do the screenshots look like? What are people saying about it on the internet? You can kind of piece things together in that way, right? So I would tell the AI those types of things. I'd give it screenshots. I'd give it the description. I'll tell it the name. I'd tell it to search it. I'd get it to do all those things.
Okay.
Okay, so it's saying bot is running. You could click this big orange button, view live performance. And it's still loading. So even though it says that it's running, it still takes a few minutes before the account information's in. So you see here it says getting account information. It will take a few minutes. So I'll usually wait a little bit of time. You could refresh the page until it shows up. I think we need to make this process a little bit more smooth, which we will work on. But for now, you just refresh the page. You'll know that it's running when instead of saying getting account information, it'll show like, in this case, we'll say $10,000 is the value of the account, $0 or $10,000 how much cash we have, right? It'll show all those account statistics when it's done. All right, so we give it a little bit of time here. But hopefully you see that this process is quite simple, right? Once you have an account with Alpaca, just click connect and then select the account that you want and then deploy, and that's it, right? We try to keep it as simple as possible. There is, if you're going to be using live money, you're going to have to use API keys. So I can show you how to do that as well. But in general, this is basically what you need to do. I'll show you that in a second. Actually, while this is loading, let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now it's loaded up. Account value $10,000, cash $10,000. This thing's good to go. Obviously, it's not going to trade right now because the market's closed. But tomorrow, presumably, if the criteria is met, it'll start trading, and we'll see this thing actually placing some trades tomorrow. All right. Cool. Does that kind of make sense in terms of deployment, guys? Any questions around that?
Makes sense to me.
Okay, great. I want to show you guys also a different path because if you're going to be using live money, you're going to need to do this. Some of you guys have seen this before, some of you guys have not. So let me kind of show you what that looks like. I'm going to switch over to live account. Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to do it here because I don't want to mess up that account. So let's say I'm on this account in Alpaca. Let's say this is a real money account and I want to trade this. Then I might need API keys. So let me go back here. I'm going to go back to the strategy itself. Okay, and then if I hit start trading again, now notice here if I go choose broker, I can still choose Alpaca. I could connect to my account. Let's say I want to do this with real money. If I flip that over to real money, notice that here, this thing changes, right? You could do secure connect, which is kind of the easy way to do things. That's simple. It's like an OAuth flow is what it's called technically. Or you could use API keys. But when you switch it to live trading, it forces you to use API keys. And this is because we need to get an agreement with Alpaca to do live trading. We haven't done that yet. We will do that in the future. But in order to do live trading with Alpaca, there's like a bunch of documentation that you need to go through and all that kind of stuff. We kind of get around that by using API keys, right? It's not like they would say no to us, but it's just, it's a lot of extra work, right? So we just haven't done it yet. But in order for you guys to do this, if you want to use live trading, you're going to have to use the Alpaca API key and Alpaca API secret, which basically is down here. There's an API key section. You'll hit regenerate or generate, right? And then you copy over your key, copy, and then bring that here, right? You put your API key in here, right? I'm not going to do it because I have another one in here already, but you're going to paste your API key in here. And then the secret, when you hit regenerate, let's see if I could show you this on another strategy. Like, there you go. So if I generate new keys, there's the key and then there's a secret, right? And you can see basically both of those are there. I'm going to copy those over and then I'm going to accept the terms and conditions and all that and then hit deploy. Okay. So similar, you just have to copy over API keys as opposed to doing that like smart connect thing, right? Secure connect. Does that make sense? Any questions around that? I'm actually very interested to see how this strategy turns out. It's been doing pretty well over the past few years. Let's see how it does going forward. Maybe this will be one of our better strategies that we have. Did 75% last year. Pretty damn good.